Hello friends, today I'll start with a new topic, retirement of a partner. In this topic, I'm going to explain the meaning of retirement, accounting treatment required in case of retirement, and the accounting steps for solving the problem. Now, what is retirement of a partner? A partner may retire from the existing firm. Why he retires from the firm? It may happen that he may be having health issues, or the partner is not willing to continue further, or because of old age, or there may be any other reason because of which a partner takes decision to retire from the partnership firm. In that case, what we are supposed to do? The amount due to the retiring partner is to be given, and we have to calculate that particular amount. For doing that calculation, we require certain accounting treatment. Now, just like admission, normally retirement takes place on a convenient date. That is normally at the end of the year, but not necessary. So whatever problems we are going to solve, they are normally related to the retirement on a convenient date. That is at the end of the year, partner retires. So let us start with the meaning of the retirement. When an existing partner leaves the firm, it is termed as retirement of a partner. So now he is already working as a partner for a number of years. And now, as I told you, on account of certain reasons, he is not willing to continue as a partner and he leaves the firm. So after the retirement, the partner ceases to be a partner of the firm, and such partner is known as outgoing partner. So this is the meaning of the retirement. And now we will see that which are the accounting treatments that we have to do when partner retires. So these are the 5 accounting treatments that we have to complete. So the retirement of partner is going to affect the profit sharing ratio. Then we have to distribute the accumulated profits or losses as we were doing in the admission. We have to reevaluate all the assets and liabilities. We have to do the treatment of the goodwill. And at the end, whatever amount is payable to the retiring partner, that we have to find out, and we have to make payment in cash or by check, or the amount is to be transferred to his loan account. So these are the accounting treatments. So we'll see one by one. So let us see the first one, adjustment of profit sharing ratio. So as I told you, when a partner retires, some changes are taking place in the profit sharing ratio. Before the retirement, whatever partners are sharing, that is known as the old ratio. After the retirement, whatever is the share of profit which the continuing partners or the existing partners are sharing, it is known as a new ratio. And the share of the retiring partner is gained by the existing partner, which is known as benefit ratio or gain ratio. So let us see adjustment of profit sharing ratio. When a partner retires, the existing partner gains the share of retiring partner. Hence, it becomes essential to calculate the new ratio and gain ratio. So whenever we are doing the accounting treatment, we are in need of old ratio. Sometimes we need a new ratio. Sometimes we need a gain ratio. So what is the gain ratio? It is the ratio in which the continuing partners are benefited on retirement of a partner. Or we can say, or we can define like this: gain ratio is the proportion in which the existing partners gain the share of the retiring partner. So if in an exam they are asking what is gain ratio, then you are supposed to answer gain ratio is the proportion in which the existing partners gain the share of a retiring partner. And then we are having formulas for calculation of ratio, new ratio and gain ratio. So for new ratio, is equal to old ratio plus gain ratio. So old is always less, add the gain, and then it will become a new ratio. And what is the gain ratio? Gain is always more than the old ratio. So from the new ratio, subtract the old ratio. So we'll get a gain ratio. Now let us take an example for the new ratio. In this example, we are having three partners A, B, and C. They are sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3 to 1. And if C retires from the firm, what will be the new ratio? So our solution is old profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. Since C retires, we have to cancel the ratio of C. So if we'll cancel the ratio of C, which is 1, what is left out? Ratio of A and B. So the new ratio of A and B will be 3:2. Now we have to see when a problem is silent about the new and gain ratio, the new ratio remains same as the old ratio. See in the above example, the old ratio of A and B is 3:2 and the new ratio of A and B is also 3:2. So you have to take care of this. Now let us take the example of the gain ratio. Now here let us say that A, B and C, they are sharing in the ratio of 3:1:2. And if C retires from the business and now A and B decided to share in the ratio of 2:1. So here we are given the old ratio, we are given the new ratio also. So we have to find out the gain ratio. So we have to find out the gain ratio of A and B. So the formula is new ratio minus old. Gain ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. Okay. So A's new ratio is 2/3. B's new ratio is 1/3. And A's old ratio is 3/6. And B's old ratio is 1/6. So what is left out? 1/6, 1/6. So the gain of A and B is equal. That is the share of 2. What was the share of, share of C? Share of C was 2/6. So that 2/6 is equally distributed by A and B, 1/6, 1/6. So this is the way you have to find the gain ratio. Whenever there is a need for gain ratio, you have to calculate the gain ratio in this way. Now, we are having second step, as I told you, the second accounting treatment is distribution of accumulated profit or loss. This is same as admission, what we were doing in the admission. The partners, they have worked hard for a number of years and they might have accumulated the profit, means they have not distributed the profit. So that profit is appearing by way of journal ledger or reserve fund or profit or loss account credit balance on the liability side. And if any accumulated loss is there, it is appearing on the balance sheet on the asset side. So this profit or loss is to be distributed to all the partners before the retirement takes place. So we need to distribute the profit or loss. So let us see distribution of accumulated profit or loss. So as I told you, when a partner retires, the accumulated or we can say undistributed profit such as general ledger, reserve fund, profit and loss account, credit balance are distributed to all partners in the old ratio. And the accumulated loss such as profit and loss account debit balance, which is appearing in the balance sheet on the asset side, also distributed to all the partners in the old ratio. So we are having the entries for accumulated reserves. Reserves account debit to partners capital account, all partners capital or current account in the old ratio. If accumulated loss, then all partners capital or current account debit to profit and loss account. So this is same as admission. Now, as I told you, the next accounting treatment is revaluation of assets and liabilities. Now, this is also same as admission. When a partner retires, we have to take care of all the assets and liabilities. They are to be revalued at a new value, and any profit or loss arising out of this revaluation of assets and liabilities is to be distributed to all the partners in the old ratio. So it is same as admission. Let us see revaluation of assets and liabilities. As I told you, when a partner retires, the assets and liabilities are revalued at a current value, and such changes are recorded in an account which is known as a revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account. And the profit or loss on account of such change is distributed to all the partners in the old ratio. So this we all are doing, and we have to distribute this profit to all the partners. Now, if suppose there is increase in the value of asset, then we have to pass the entry asset account debit to revaluation account. If there is decrease in the value of asset, then we have to pass the entry revaluation account debit to asset account. Our third entry is increase in the value of liability, then revaluation account is debited and liability account is credited. Our fourth entry is decrease in the value of liability, so liability account debit to revaluation account, and then sometimes we are given in the adjustment unrecorded assets. Okay, recording of unrecorded asset. It was not present in the balance sheet, but now as per the adjustment, one new asset is there in the business. So asset account debit to revaluation account. Same way, in the balance sheet there was no liability, but as per the adjustment, a new liability is taken place. So we have to record it, revaluation account debit to liability account. Then profit on revaluation. So profit is to be distributed to all the partners. So revaluation account debit to all partners, capital or current account in the old ratio. And if loss is there, then all partners are debited. Capital or current account is debit to revaluation account. And now we'll see the specimen of revaluation account. Same as admission. The debit side is meant for recording losses and the credit side is meant for recording profits. So on the debit side, decrease in the value of asset, increase in the value of liability. On the credit side, increase in the value of asset and decrease in the value of liability is recorded. And then the difference, if appearing on the debit side, then it is a profit on revaluation. So all partners, capital or current account, the profit is to be distributed to them in the old ratio. And if it is loss, then it appears on the credit side and the loss is to be distributed to the partners in the old ratio. Now we'll see the next adjustment, next accounting treatment of goodwill. Now here, just like admission, we have to do the treatment of goodwill because this partner is, he was there in the business for a number of years and he worked for a number of years and he put his hard work, and that is why he should get the fruits of the hard work, and that particular fruits are in the form of goodwill. So the goodwill treatment is necessary. So here we'll see the treatment of goodwill. Now here we are having different treatments. If we are given that goodwill is raised at full value and retained, then we will pass the entry for raising the goodwill. So goodwill is debited and all partners are credited in the old ratio, same as admission. And the value of the goodwill is going to appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. Now, second, goodwill is raised at full value and written off. Now, here the goodwill is raised as in case 1, goodwill account debit to all partners, capital or current account. But now the continuing partners do not want to show this goodwill in the balance sheet. So they will write off the goodwill in the new ratio. So the entry will be continuing partners, capital or current account debit to goodwill account. So this is the second treatment. Now we'll see the third one. Here, now goodwill is, the partners have decided not to raise full value of the goodwill, but they just want to raise share of retiring partner. Goodwill equal to the share of retiring partner, they just want to raise. So for that we will pass the entry like this. Goodwill account is debited with what amount? Only the share of retiring partner. To retiring partners capital or current account, and the other partners account is not going to be affected, and whatever is the value of the goodwill raised, that will appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. Now we are having the fourth one, goodwill raised again equal to the share of retiring partner, same case number 3. But after raising, the containing partners, the existing partners did not want to show this goodwill in the balance sheet. So here, first we are going to raise the goodwill account debit to retiring partners capital or current account. And second is that particular goodwill is to be written off. So containing partners capital or current account debit to goodwill account in gain ratio. Now this is the only treatment in which the gain ratio is required. So gain ratio you have to calculate only if this particular treatment is given, that is goodwill is raised equal to the share of retiring partner and it is to be written off. Then only you need the gain ratio. Okay. Otherwise there is no need to calculate the gain ratio. Now suppose sometime goodwill is already appearing in the balance sheet. Then there are two chances, as I told you in the admission, increase in the value of goodwill and decrease in the value of goodwill. If the value of the goodwill is increasing, goodwill is debited, partners are credited. If there is a decrease in the goodwill, partners are debited and goodwill is credited. And if you do not want to do this, then you can transfer this to the revaluation account just like other assets. So in case goodwill is appearing in the balance sheet, any increase or decrease in the value of goodwill can also be transferred to a revaluation account just like other assets. So the entry will be goodwill account to revaluation account and revaluation account debit to goodwill account. Okay. Now the next treatment is what is the amount payable to the retiring partner. So we have to calculate the amount payable to the retiring partner, and this particular figure we are going to get after doing all this adjustment from the capital account of the retiring partner. So balance due to the retiring partner, we are going to pay in cash. That is, we may pay cash or we may pay by check, or it is transferred to his loan account. And after that, whatever is the balance left out to the other partners, that is existing partners, it is transferred to the balance sheet and it is going to appear in the new balance sheet. And here, whatever amount is due to the retiring partner, if it is transferred to the loan account, then that loan account is going to appear in the new balance sheet. Okay. So these are the accounting treatments which are required in case of retirement of partner. And journal entry for this is retiring partners capital to cash, bank or retired partners loan account, as I told. Okay. Now, the third part, as I told you, first I explained you the meaning of retirement. Then I explained you the accounting treatment required in case of retirement. And now we are going to see the accounting steps for solving problem on retirement. Now, 90% steps are same as retirement. Okay. Sorry, same as admission. So we'll see the steps. Open the following account, same as admission. We are going to open the revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account, cash and bank account, which is treated as a working note, goodwill account, which is treated as a working note, partners capital or current account we have to prepare, and we have to prepare the new balance sheet. So this is same as admission. Okay. Now, if you know the admission, you know the retirement 90%. Remember, so only 10% you have to take care regarding the treatment of goodwill, ratios, and whatever amount is due to the partner, that is to be given. Okay. Now, number 2, transfer the balance sheet items. So liability side, we are having partners capital, we are having reserves, we are having bank overdraft and other liabilities. So capital is transferred to the capital account credit side. Reserves are distributed to the partners on the credit side. Bank overdraft is recorded on the credit side of bank account, and other liabilities we'll be writing in the inner column if there is an adjustment. If there is no adjustment, we'll write to the outer column. Then same way, we are having asset side. Partners capital. Normally, partners capital is not there on the asset side. But sometimes if it is a negative balance, then it is there on the credit side. Sorry, on the debit side. So it is known as the negative capital. So which we are going to transfer to the debit side of partners capital account to balance brought down. Then accumulated losses. Normally profit and loss account shows credit balance. But sometimes it has a debit balance. So in that case, that particular loss again we have to transfer to partners capital account. on the debit side to profit and loss account in the profit sharing ratio. Cash and bank. So we are going to open cash and bank account on the debit side. Other assets. If there is an adjustment, then we are going to write on the inner column. Otherwise, we are going to write in the outer column of the new balance sheet. Then we are having third step, revalue the assets and liabilities. As I explained you before, revalue the assets and liabilities, close the revaluation account, get the profit or loss on the revaluation, transfer to the partner's capital account. Then you do the treatment, whatever treatment is given in the problem that you have to do. Okay. And then close partner's capital or current account. So while closing the partner's capital or current account, you have to take care. First, you close the capital account. First, you close the current account. If current and capital both are existing, transfer the balance to the capital account. Then, while closing the capital account, first you have to close the capital account of the retiring partner. And whatever is the balance that is to be paid or transferred to his loan account, and that loan is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet, and after that, the balance of the existing partners in the capital account is shown in the balance sheet by way of partners capital, existing partners capital. So we have to close the partners capital or current account, close cash or bank account, and close the new balance sheet. So cash and bank account, whatever is the balance that will show in the balance sheet, and then when you will close the balance sheet, it should tally. So this is the procedure of solving the sum. Okay.